Well, Mark, another win, 3-1, and it's now 20 games unbeaten in the Southern League.
Yeah, absolutely. I said to players never before I come out, it's a credit to everybody. To go 20 games undefeated in this league is a fantastic return. I think we were great up until half-time. We've had a word with a few in there, but the second half, great spirit. We're up against the wind, up against the slope, up against a decent side. Our goalkeeper's gone off injured with a sore back. We've got 2 or 3 players on the bench that are not really fit enough to be on the bench. As I say, magnificent resilience by everyone in the squad, and 3 huge points.
It wasn't a classic game at times. You alluded to the fact that at times you weren't at your best. Was that to be expected? Because sometimes when it is a big game at the top of the table, it isn't a classic.
Absolutely. It wasn't good conditions for a classic game. The pitch is difficult. The wind is blowing straight down the ground, so it's always going to be difficult. They want to hang in the game for the first 60 minutes or so and then see where it comes. So we had to make sure that we were nice and organised, and we said that we'd be tight. We played Bagridge in midfield to give us a bit of defensive cover. But I think overall, second half we were good value. We could have scored a couple more. David Pratt could set someone free. We've hit the crossbar. We've had numerous chances. Matt Jones has hit the crossbar as well. So overall, I think 3-1's about right.
So another goal for Dave Pratt, and at last 2 goals for Jake Andrews on loan from Bristol City, 2 penalties. He grabbed the ball pretty quick. Was he on penalty duties today?
Yeah, he was. His name's up on the board as penalties. We know he's a good free kick taker. We've spoken to Brian Tinian about that. Obviously with Sandell missing, Pratt had missed the last one, so there's an opportunity for him. He's made light work with 2 very, very good penalties. Obviously the second one's a lot of pressure for a young lad, but he stuck it in brilliantly, so credit to him.
He works hard, he gets stuck in. I know you've been impressed with him both on and off the pitch in his loan spell here. What does that do for his confidence? Bearing in mind he's on loan here for the rest of the season, and you've not got too many strikers in reserve.
No, absolutely. It's him and David Pratt, really. Alex Ferguson, we know, can play those. We have to change the system around a little bit. But, we've been saying to him, score one, you'll get another one, you'll get another one. As I say, his all-round game today deserved 2 goals. Whether they were penalties or whether they were tap-ins or whether they were 30-yarders, his all-round game, his performance, warranted him getting some goals. And absolute credit to him. He's a young lad, he keeps playing, he works his socks off for the team. And as I say, he's certainly got his rewards today. You
touched upon Darren Chitty. It's not often you see a goalkeeper taken off. You've had James Ray on the bench for the last couple of games. How's Darren?
Yeah, he felt a little back spasm in the kickabout. He came in and got some treatment and thought he could get through, but whether we started him or whether we didn't was a risk. We decided to go with him on the back foot. He thought he would be okay. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So James Ray's come on and done well enough, really. He's had no chance with the goal. We're disappointed we conceded that one, but hopefully Darren gets some treatment and could be okay for next Saturday.
And the crowd, 750, terrific away support. I've had a pound every time someone said today, this might be what it could be next season up in Conference South. I'll be quite rich. The thing is, though, that is the case, isn't it? Days like today could be the case pretty much week in, week out next season, if it goes to plan. Yeah, absolutely. There's 6 games to go, there's 18 points available. If we don't get any of those 18 points, we'll be 5th. So, we need to keep on churning out the victories. I would imagine 3 or 4 teams below us will be looking at this result today thinking, there's some points could possibly go there, hard and Hewish for Chippenham, but we haven't. We've got 3 more points, 3 goals, and the bandwagon keeps on rolling. And the noise was terrific. Great support from Merthyr, great support from Chippenham. I think a lot of people coming today, maybe for the first time in some time, with it being such a high-profile game. How important is that support in the next few weeks for you? Yeah, absolutely. Paramount that we get the people on our side, because it can help people, urging people on to make those extra runs when we've got little knocks. The encouragement they give are fantastic. So long may that can continue. I think we've got 3 home games left. If we can get some more big crowds like that, it's going to only help the team and help the town, hopefully.